Okay, hey there, Professor. So this was a little whirly bout to get to where I am now. As you can see, I have pulled up a functioning version of what I currently have and the functionality of the application. Um, some precursors, my research for the week, as you'll see, or as you can see in it, it doesn't actually have any research. Reason being is that OpenAI and ChatGPT, I didn't realize were actually the same thing, as well as my information covering why I didn't do anything. Basically, the website requires a sign up that requests verification for my personal phone number, and I didn't want to provide that for potential one-time use of a system. Don't think they needed that information. I hope you understand why. So that unfortunately resulted in no actual research, but the information stating why there's no research for the week 4, the finish up of the AI that I was looking at. In addition, I didn't get to any of the HTML or CSS that I wanted to get to this week. Had some personal stuff going at home with my wife and her schedule and covering down on some other people, and it just made it really difficult, one, for us to get out and get the location information that I wanted to grab, and two, for me to get in time to work when I was trying to help her out with her schedule adjustment and making sure she's up on time, take care of the house and the dog and all that stuff. So unfortunately didn't get quite as far as I'd like to this month. But the HTML and CSS can be brought over into next month for my project Portfolio 6, so I'm okay with that. Now, to be 100% honest, for some reason, I had this spun up right before I did the video, and then I shut down the Docker, and it wasn't spinning back up when I tried to go to show you in the recording the first time I did this. So what I did was I went and found my ASL project, which is basically the exact same code, right? Minus a few things. And what I did was I went and I think the only thing it doesn't have, it still runs the Docker, but my other one doesn't have any of the like SQLize or MySQL stuff attached to it. And it's right here. So it's my ASL project. It's all the same thing. A few minor differences in this beginning part, which it doesn't affect the functionality of what's going on here. So without further ado, an example of how the functionality for this works and a little bit of a talk through, since I don't exactly have everything here laid out like I want. So of course there will be a home page. I plan to keep this as a home page, and as we're going through, I'll give you an idea of what we're doing here with the wireframes. So that's the overlay. Okay, so I want to try and keep it simple. I want to basically take these individual pages, so what would be a profile page, information within that page, current book that you're reading, things that you've finished, all that kind of stuff. It's potential afterthought for how to build this out. But I do want to keep it simple with a single kind of window atmosphere where I have more of a header up top with, basically here, the search. The search here will give you, you search by your zip or by title. It'll tell you what locations are available based on how you do that. And then what books may potentially hold those locations based on the current database that they have stored in for that location, and if it's been updated properly by the people using it. So with that, I keep a single page design where everything's one page. Once you find what you're looking for and you select it on the side over here, that will pop up the screen for whatever you selected. If it's the book, it'll pull up the book information. As well as within the book information should be listed any potential locations that it's at. And then if you click on a specific location, of course, it should pull all the books and show the information that's currently up to date as of the people using it in and out, and if it's been accurate, what's in that actual location for the book. Otherwise, this should just be a Google map with overlays with pin drops for the locations. So if you're just pulling on the map or looking over the map, you can find them as well just by searching around manually. Now, as you can see here, it's kind of another idea of kind of how it's going to work. Have everything on the side, maybe a heading up top, and then the single page atmosphere where clicking on the things on the side changes what's in the center. I've already have an application that's set up kind of like that, and I kind of want to bring that HTML and CSS into this application next month when I work on it. Functionalities wise, as you can see, this is currently for products. So this says create new shoe, but we're not. We're going to create a new book. We'll call this, we'll do book 2. As you can see, I've already kind of been testing this out, making sure everything works. And then you have edit function. I can make it book 22 instead. And then going back to the products, you see book 22 now. I can edit that back to book 2. And then go back to products here. And you'll show book 2. Of course, the editing function, works. We'll make this book 1. And that's basically how the functionality for each little location should work. Pull up the location, have the functionality where you can add a book to the location if you'd like to, or view the database. This little add function will be at the bottom of the database, or rather the top of the database, or there'd be some filters to look through the different books. If you click on a book, when you go in, instead of a delete, there will be a checkout button, a checkout or a taken function or button or whatever that will mark it as taken and remove it from that database for that particular location. So that is basically the functionality of how this will work. Of course, like I said, you can see that the main functionality of it works, the getting the books into the database and all that good, and storing them and everything you need there is working properly. So I hope that's enough to show you kind of where this is going and what the plan is. Like I said, the shaping this up and getting it set properly will be and looking nice and getting everything put in the proper place and adding the additional pages instead of just having that do that when it goes to about, actually having an about or an additional page for the switching, and have that functionality work properly as well, pulling up a new page. That'll all kind of just be left for layout in Project Portfolio 6. Hope you had a great month, and I'm sorry for just not being able to provide everything that I wanted to. I hope you understand, and have a great day.